Hello, hello, hello. Let's see. Hello, Paul. Well, this is my first live streaming, so I haven't done this before. I'm just trying to start little conversations, you know. Yeah. So let's see who will join us. What's up? Number to call. Hello, hello. Who is there? Introduce yourself, please. Well, the reason why I decided to do this is because of the emails I've been getting uh, and the many conversations I've been having. I decided that hey, it would be better if we can do this together. Hello, Jonas. Welcome. So let me know if you're hearing me. Just type yes to let me know that you are hearing me, please. Okay. Oh, very good, very good. So as I was saying, the reason why I decided to do this is because I've been talking to many of you, and all these conversations always come up. So I think it's better if we discuss this matter rather than me having a one-on-one conversation with individuals. All right. So let's just wait a little bit for to see if more people will come. Now I realize that this is the first event I'm having, so we may not have a lot of people, but if we have a good conversation and more people see listen to the video, and it rings the bell with them, they will be here the next time we have a conversation. All right. So let's just wait about one more minute, otherwise we'll start. Now, the WhatsApp number +44 79 856 55841. Now you can call me using WhatsApp and make your contribution or ask a question. Now it's not for test, it's for calling. Okay. So if you want to contribute to the discussion, then call me and let's have a 5 minutes conversation on that. Okay. So any anyone who sends a text to the WhatsApp number, I would not respond because unfortunately, because of COVID, I don't have anybody here with me. So I'm doing this by myself. So I can't concentrate with the conversation here and read the messages on the WhatsApp on the device. So I can't do things to more than one thing at a time. All right. So if you want to uh, contribute to the discussion, call me on +44 79 856 554 8 1. Sorry, plus 44 9. Oh God. Let's delete that. It's 44798556554841. Yeah, that's the number. That's the number I sent in the email I sent this morning. So check it out. So if you want to contribute, call me. All right, and the number is on the log, so you can see it there. So, guys, yes, let's start now. This I got an email to one of my my daily emails. I got that from a guy called Roger. Roger is one of the guys I talk to a lot because he responds to my emails a lot, and in time we got to talk a lot. So he sent this email. He says, "I'm still contemplating on how." Sorry, it's not very grammatically correct, but let's just read it. I'm still contemplating on how can we answer the political question of Africa and Uganda in particular. I think Paul is from Uganda, so in particular, following just concluded elections, whereby our businesses have been shuttered with continued violence. Anyway, in subsequent conversation, Paul told me because of the election, the internet was shut down for a long time, and most of the business he is doing, he needs the internet. And just because of a political struggle, it has deprived him from doing his business. You know, he has a group of people he's working with, farmers, and he's trying to help them sell their products to buyers in Europe, and that's why he needs the internet to do the conversation with the buyers. So that was the beginning of this discussion, and I have been in a lot of discussion with so many people across so many African countries. Now, this one thing I want us to observe in this discussion. We will not name any names. Okay, we just want to discuss this in terms of concepts. We're not going to name any names. We're not going to point fingers to any political person or leader, but we know what is holding us back in terms of politics. Okay, so that's what we talk about. Now, I have this question. We complain a lot about politics in Africa. So I have this question. Why politics? What is the necessity of politics. What is politics supposed to enable? Because my native country, Nigeria, last year was the 60th year of independence. And I know for a fact that many of us do not see the benefits of independence. Many of us are expecting that by now Nigeria would have had more progress. And I assume the same thing cuts across Africa. So why politics? And why is politics not helping us to progress? What's the issue? So I want, if anybody wants to comment, please call. The number is +44 79 85 655 841. Call, let's discuss it. Why politics? Why is politics not working for us? What do we think that politics is supposed to do for us in terms of governance, in terms of development? All right, call now. Say, we all have been complaining. Let's discuss the issues. Why is politics, democracy not working for us? See, I know for a fact that the best people in our countries, in our communities, do not necessarily join politics. So the question is, why not? You see, if we are complaining that we don't have the best minds, why are the best minds in our society not involved in politics? Why? And one thing that happens to us in Africa is that once people get into power, many of them do not want to leave. What is the detrimental effect of people holding on to power for a long time? How does it affect you? We need to discuss these things. I want to hear from you to tell me how these things affect you. Because I may think this is what is happening, but you might have a totally different view. So I want to hear from you. What do you think? You see, this channel is called Think Big for Africa. So I want us to start thinking, to start communicating, to start collaborating together to find solutions to all these things that Africa, our communities are suffering. So today, it's all about leadership, politics, and democracy. So I know a lot of people have said, do we need democracy? Hey, that's a question. It's a very legitimate question. So I'm asking you, do we need democracy? What do you think? You know, what do you think? Has politics worked for you? If not, why not? You know, are you involved in politics? If not, why not? See, all these are questions that we need to address. You know, I will give you this. As a young man, I refused to even vote. I will tell you, I didn't vote. I voted the first time in my 30s. And it wasn't when I was in Africa. I voted the first time in the UK. I never voted. I've never, to today, I've never voted in Africa. Okay. I had this notion that I shouldn't be involved in politics. Even though I complained a lot about politicians. Okay, so I'm using myself as an example. I know a lot of young people also complain about politicians, and many of them have not voted. Now, today, I know my position that if politicians are not doing the work of the citizens, they're working for themselves. So I should not go to vote just because I believe my vote didn't count. Now my position has changed. Now I know for a fact that I contributed to the state of our continent, because when I had the opportunity to cast my vote, even though my vote was won, because I refused to do it due to an erroneous ideology, that also contributed in a small way to put Africa where it is today. Okay, so I'm asking you, if you are just like I was as a young man, refusing to vote, and you know your community, your country is not doing well because you have the wrong politicians in power. How do you address it? Today, I vote every time every time I have the opportunity, and I'm looking forward to when I come back to Africa. I want to be involved in politics. I'm not going to get involved as a politician, but as a citizen, I will vote every time there is an election. Most importantly, the local elections, because I know the place where we can make the most change that will affect the everyday person is at the local level, because your local politician is supposed to be there to help solve your local problem. So it's important to at least ask the question in your local at the local level. So why politics? I'm still waiting for your call. See, if you don't call, this discussion will not happen. Okay, because I'm just the only one talking. Okay, I don't have all the ideas. I have my ideas. You have yours. We need to talk and exchange ideas. So I'm waiting for your call. Someone says the video is static. Please let me know. Let me know if the video is static. Just say yes or no. Is my video static? Can you hear me? Is the video static? Can you hear me? No one has responded. So the question is still there, and I'm waiting. You see, the leadership that Africa needs. I want you to to think about this. Africa needs leaders who understand the challenges of the young population in a fast-paced technological advanced environment. See, technology is the biggest driver of progress. And Africa has over 70% of our 1.2 billion people under the age of 35. That's a very, very young population. And we're the youngest in the world. So the question is this. My father, for example, is 75. And my father is an educated man. But my father doesn't understand anything technical. Okay, he's a philosopher, historian, okay, and an educator. That's my father. When it comes to philosophy, education, history, he's the man. Okay, and I have long conversations with him. Okay, but the era we are on in is driven by technology. Right now, I'm in UK and I'm having conversations, at least I'm trying to, with my brothers and sisters across Africa. This couldn't happen 10 years ago. Okay, let's say 15 years ago. We couldn't have this. Okay, it wasn't commonplace. Some big companies, yes, they had video links and all those, but it wasn't commonplace. Today, we have WhatsApp. 10 years ago, we didn't have it. You see, I talk to my father every 2-3 days on WhatsApp for free. Once upon a time, 10 years ago, I couldn't do that. And that's every day. For example, we are on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on TikTok, Instagram. We talk to people all over the world in an instant. Now my father is I consider him as a great leader, but he doesn't understand all these things. And those are the things that you use on a daily basis. Last year, because of the COVID, in the UK, we have been mostly at home. My children do their lessons online. Yes, online schooling has been available for over 10 years, But it wasn't back and forth. Then it was recorded programs that you can watch at your own leisure. Now, my children sit on the table and they have conversations with their teachers and their peers, each of them in their home, in their homes. That is the world that we are in. The question is this: how many of people of my father's age, even people of 60 years old, understand the dynamics surrounding all this technology? How many? I think Africa need leaders who can see the big picture and think in a very strategic way. Yes, virtually any great leader will be able to at least contribute to that. But taking into account what has been going on in Africa, have our leaders shown anything resembling strategy? If not, why? Again, Africa needs people who can think outside the box. For example, I will use this as an example. COVID has been here for over a year now. And I will say I'm so happy that Africa wasn't affected like many of us thought it would be affected. Because I will tell you, I was so scared for us because we don't have the necessary infrastructure. Okay, we don't have them. And I hope we now will start developing the infrastructure because it's clear to me and many other thinking people that another pandemic will come in 10 years. Another pandemic will come. See, I see a lot of when you say this, a lot of people think you are demon possessed, whatever, to think that. Sorry, I'm not. It's only a risk assessment. My risk assessment tells me it will happen. Like Mr. Bill Gates actually had a TED talk about a pandemic. Some people think he did that talk predicting doom to the planet because he's maybe devil worshipping, whatever. But no, he did that because it was obvious. See, I will use the word, it's inevitable. Anybody who is a leader that think in a strategic manner will see this coming, and they will plan ahead of time. It is simple. See, I worked in the bank for over 10 years, okay? And we do this all the time. It's part of our risk assessment we do. And we update the documents every year. We're planning for things that are so remote that many of them don't happen, but we plan for them. Because if you plan for them, at least if one out of 100 happen, you have a plan. But the question is this: in Africa, do we have a plan for anything? Do we have a plan? A leader who is strategic will have a plan. Every country in Africa should have plans across the board about things. And we should be ready. When it comes to health, see, we need to have a 50-year plan for that. See, right now, we are the youngest continent in the world. But just like we have over 70% of our current population below 35, in 50 years, in fact, in 30 years, we have at least 50% of our population over 50. So, are we planning? That is something that good leaders need to make sure we have. Okay, hold on. Now, I said Africa needs leaders who can focus on the present without losing the view of the future. So the point is this: we need leaders. Yes, they focus on the present, but then they also see what is coming, and that's why we need those risk assessment documents, so that nothing will surprise us. See, once you have teams in various areas of government whose jobs are to think about all those things and document them, and we have this thing about documenting things. We don't document things, And that's a big no-no if we want to succeed in this era. See, one reason why we document things is that you are not supposed to be in your current position for 5-10 years. You leave, and we don't want you to leave and take all the knowledge in your head, and the next person who comes doesn't know what to do. No, we want you to be in a position where you deposit your knowledge so that anybody coming after you will at least have a platform of your knowledge to start with, and then they can improve it, and then they also deposit their own knowledge in writing so that the next one, see, that's leadership. And that's one thing that we don't have in Africa. Nobody likes to write. Yes, our culture was about verbal conversation. But now it's clear storytelling, verbal storytelling is not good enough. So you have stories to tell, write them down. Okay? If you write your stories down, more people will hear it, more people will gain from it. All right? Now, I also said Africa need leaders who are able to work in a collaborative manner. Yep. See, nothing, no success comes by doing your thing, doing your own thing by yourself. And that's what I've been asking you to jump. Okay, but this would have been a lot better if you talk to me, if we share our insights. You say something, I think about it, I respond, and we have a conversation. A conversation is a back and forth thing. See, if we intend to progress Africa, we need to work together in an individual space, in a communal space, across countries. Collaboration is the key. Collaboration. Let's go back to politics. See, the reason why I asked the question, why politics? Because I see politics, I see the detrimental part of politics. Politicians do not want to help their opponents. So, for example, party politics, they want to win elections. So to win elections, the party out of power will do everything they can for the party in power to fail. so that they cannot come to the electorate and tell them, look at them, they have failed, they did this. See, for me, I think it is detrimental to Africa's success. Politics. What, to me, what I would like to see is collaboration. Think about this. If your country, let's say for this year, decide to do things differently and bring people from every ethnic group, all the people together, they bring they bring people from all areas of society together and to discuss the most important things and have concrete agenda about, let's say, let's use two things in health to say, because we know this, so we want to have a hospital, a very, very good hospital in every local government area. Let's say your country has 300 local governments. So they will say, we want a very good hospital in every local government area in 20 years. Okay? Now, that means a very good hospital. That means they will have the infrastructure for this hospital, and they will have the medical teams, the doctors, the nurses, the equipment, and they map all these things out. That means, in terms of health, anybody who is contesting for position is not going to tell us what my opponent did this. No, he's going to tell you what he would do to make sure the agenda that everybody sign on onto, this is what I'm going to do to progress that agenda. Yeah, instead of him telling you, I will do the, no, he tell you this is the agreement. So for this agreement, I think in the next 4 or 5 years, I will make sure I have those hospitals in 20 local governments. And then the question is, how are you going to do it? So that's what he will say. His opponent will say, no, I know I can do 15 local governments, and this is why I'm choosing 15 local governments instead of 20. Anyway, no matter who wins and holds power for the next 5 years, at the end of his term, when he comes back to contest the next election, the question is, yeah, okay, you say you build 20 hospitals and we elected you, you only built 15 hospitals. Why did you not build the 20 hospitals? He now tell you this is what happened. Now the question is this: was he just telling you he will build 20 where he knew that the only thing he will be able to build is 15 hospitals? So the character of the person will come into question. Was he telling us the truth from beginning, or was he just saying those things to win an election? No matter what people decide, at least if you decide to vote him out and the next guy comes in, they will also continue that same agenda. See, in Africa, we have so many white elephant projects because those projects are the projects of the incumbents. They're not agreed projects. Every politician come up with their own projects, and when they get out of power, the next politician will have his own projects, and whatever the last politician didn't finish will remain dormant. Who's losing? The country. Schools have built, hospitals have built, markets have built, roads have built. The only way I see the continuation from different parties is if we have the same agenda. I mean, that's what I think. What do you think? Let's see. I see Vray says one of the reasons why politics is not working in Africa is because most elections are not free and fair. Okay, maybe, but the question is, why are our elections not free and fair? Why are politicians so vehement to win elections? Why? Why are politicians so interested in winning elections, but when they get there, they can't perform? Why? That's the question. That's the bigger question. See? And I would say, if the policies, if every politician or political party contests election based on a shared agenda, okay, it will reduce this desire to win elections at all costs. Because anybody who is contesting knows he's going to work. He's going to work. He's not going there and to just sit. Because his role is well defined. Everybody know this is the job you are supposed to do. You see, when politicians define their own jobs, they can also define the success criteria. When the community define the job, they also define the criteria. So we need to take the definition of the job and the success criteria away from the politician by writing this joint agenda to tell the politician, my local government decides in the next 10 years we'll have 50 schools. So the only thing he's coming to do is to build the schools. So he's not coming to start telling us stories. No, we define the work for him. Okay. Okay, Kim. Yeah. Collaboration is key. Yes. Now, one other area I'm very interested for you to think about is the role of the media. I'm trying to see, because I wrote some things down. So yes, the role of the media. See, I would say this, and this is not just for Africa. This is what I see, especially in the West. Okay, but I see the consequences of this kind of behavior more detrimental to Africa. For me, the role of the media is one, educating the public. And in fact, that's the main role of the media, and that means to educate the public, the media must not be biased. That's one, and two, they need to put out the facts all the time. See, the Western media, unfortunately, they have their own the political parties they support, especially in America. In the UK, where I live, the media is supposed to be neutral. Okay, so the media is more balanced in the UK than in the US. Unfortunately, Africa is following the model from the US, and that's why the US is in turmoil, because the media have their own agenda supporting one party or the other, and the newspapers, the TV stations write and present their editorial to suit the view they want to push out. And that is not good for a fledgling democracy. which Africa is, African countries. And unfortunately, the level of education in Africa is still at infancy. We have a lot of people who are not educated, and they rely on your TV to just tell you exactly what is going on. But instead of that, the TV is telling you what one political party which they support wants, the propaganda that political party wants to spin for the next election. And that is not good for us. So the question is this: how can we make sure our media gives us the facts? Just tell us the facts. Don't opine on it. Give us the facts and leave me to decide based on that fact. This is what I want to do. So, you see, this is one area I don't want to get involved in. See, I because I like I said, I don't want to name names. Okay. But our leaders don't want to leave power. See, I use that one. They want to rule to death until they die. They don't want to leave power, and so many. How can we curb that? What can you do to encourage or force such leaders to leave power without any violence? See, that's what I'm afraid of in a community where people are not educated enough. See, let me just use this. Education is so powerful in the sense that when you are educated, one thing it does for you is that it gives you leverage in terms of ability to articulate your thoughts and to share your ideas. People who have difficulty in sharing their thoughts and ideas tend to use violence as a weapon because they are limited in expression. See, now I don't know how much you know about me personally. Right now, as I'm talking to you, I'm struggling to share my idea because of a personal health issue. But because I had the ability, I learned to slow down because I know that all I need to do is to slow down and I will be able to articulate my thoughts. And that's what I'm doing. See, I know the difficulty when you're not able to express yourself. It leads to frustration. In Africa, we have a lot of people who are not able to express themselves adequately, and that leads to violence. So, what are we going to do to make sure that our people are educated? Now, let me make this clear. Being educated doesn't mean that you need to speak English or French. No, no, at all. If you are able to articulate your thoughts and express yourself adequately in your local language, yeah, it's good. But to gather enough information, unfortunately, to gather enough information, most of the information we need are either in English, French, or Arabic. So education led to us speaking English, French, Arabic. So how can we ensure that our people are literate and able to understand, read, articulate their thoughts and ideas in the language that the majority of people living in their area can understand? See, that ability to articulate and express your idea is the power to reducing violence, because it's mostly when you can't express yourself that the tendency to express yourself physically. See, people who have control of language are the most calm people. They might be telling you the most nonsensical thing, but because they have the control of language, they will say it in a very, very calm manner. So, to reduce violence in our politics, how can we make sure that more and more of our people are able to articulate and express their thoughts, ideas? So, guys, all these things I've talked about are areas that we need to think about. Unfortunately, I've been talking by myself, and I hope the next live broadcast will be more collaborative, because I can't just talk. Hey, like I said, I don't know everything. I need us to talk together, to share ideas, to work together to solve all these problems we have. Let me say this: Africa has a lot of problems, and Africa has a lot of opportunities to fix them. See, with a lot of problems comes with a lot of opportunities. When I talk to my friends here, I mean, we talk about all these things, and I tell them I'm so excited. I'm so excited because I know if we put our heads together, we can definitely make Africa one of the most wonderful place in the world within the next 30 years. I certainly believe it. And what I'm doing now today is part of what I will do for the rest of my life. Like I said earlier, I was a banker. Yep. But banking, in truth, was not my preferred uh, profession. I got into banking because, yeah, I came out from school and everybody was working. The best people are working in banking and uh, oil industry. And I interviewed for a bank, and I got it. I got hired. But that wasn't my preferred industry to be in. Today, I know my preferred industry to be is in education, and that's what I want to do for the rest of my life. So today we have talked a little bit about leadership, politics, and a little bit of democracy. But I hope that in the next live broadcast, you and me will be able to have conversations. So, guys, thank you for attending our debut broadcast. Thank you very much. I hope you gained something. I talk too much. I hope you gained something, and let me know. Okay, take care, guys. Bye.